Let's take a look at the quest Gunsmith Part 4. In this quest it needs us to build an M4, the requirements being a silencer, 60 round mag, ergonomics of 48 or above, some recoil of 250 or below, weight of 3.8 kilograms with a sighting range of 800 meters or more. This is one of the first quests where you really need to think about which optic you're going to be using on that, so let's have a look at some of the options we can have for this build. So here we have a stock M4 bought straight off the flea market, making sure the durability is at 100% because if you go too low you can't hand it in even if everything else matches. What we're going to look at now is the various different builds that we can do in order to meet the criteria required from the mechanic. Here we have the first of the builds for the mechanic Gunsmith Part 4. Gone through, made sure that the weight, ergonomics, sighting range and recoil are set correctly. We've also put the 60 round drum mag on because of the ergonomics that you get extra with that one. Make sure you don't have any ammunition in that magazine because that can really mess up the weight of the weapon. You'll notice as well we left the carrying handle on at the top. That's because that doesn't actually have any stats with the exception of giving us extra sighting range. It's worth leaving that on, but that does restrict how many scopes or optics you can put on the top. However, this does meet the criteria that we need. On the screen now you should see a list of all of the parts that you need in order to make this build. Now we're looking at the second version of this build, and as you can see here we changed out the suppressor, we changed out the foregrip, we've also changed out the stock at the back, and the sight on the top is just the other option of the two sights that we have in order to make this build. But we still meet the criteria of the weight, ergonomics, sighting range and recoil. There are some variations you can do on this build. For example, you can see here we've taken off the carrying handle, replaced the sight with a hammer sight, but also quite importantly changed the magazine at the bottom from a drum mag to the standard metal 60 round mag instead. Just to show it is possible to hand it in without the drum mag and with the metal mag. We are here on the turning screen and the mechanic is quite happy to accept that quest. Here we have another variation, this time using the QD suppressor. We've got the Valdez scope up on the top there and the RK1 foregrip, as well as using a different handguard across the front. So this edit preset screen really does allow you to choose how you want to complete this quest. The guides on the wiki are very good, they show you how to do it, and the first two builds are based off that. But from there I was able to go through this preset screen and find a build that works for me. Once you have the base build and you have some of the basic understandings, you'll be able to go through and start changing these, tweaking these and figuring out exactly what it is that you want to build. There are a couple of things you can't get away from. Things like the low profile gas block is essential in order to put on any of the different foregrips at the front. The advanced receiver tube at the rear really does open up your options for what type of stock you want to put onto your weapon, and without that it really struggles to get the ergonomics high enough and the recoil low enough in order to complete this quest. But a lot of the other options are yours to play with as you see fit. That wraps up the video for today. I want to thank you all for coming along and joining in with me and looking at different ways of building the M4 for Gunsmith Part 4. If you did enjoy the video, please hit that like button and subscribe, it really does help me out. I also do stream on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays over on Twitch, JN_TM. Please feel free to drop by, say hello, let me know if you thought this guide was useful. Let me know what other types of guides you'd like to see either in the comments below or in chat on Twitch. And until next time, I'll see you in Tarkov.